That's right, folks. It is another edition of Mad Mortgages, especially the low-tech version with the low-tech side. It's definitely been a while since I've done one of these, but I thought, you know what, it's time to bring back the madness considering what's been going on Wall Street. So here we go. Quick wrap-up. It is a Friday. The weekly roundup goes like this. Let's start off with Wall Street. Where is Wall Street? Same place it was a week ago, all over the place in a complete mess. Well, does it mean that anything's going to change into the following weeks? We don't know. Simply put, it's going to continue to be this way until we get some of the ideas in place of how to correct our economic standing. More importantly, I think the presidential transition is going to bear a lot of weight on whether or not we're going to see some stability come back to Wall Street, okay? What does that do in terms of rates? Well, rates are doing the same thing. They're not sure if they're sound in one place or in another. So from one week we could be at 6.5. The next week we could be at 5.625. The following week after that we could be at the 7s. It's just going to continue to jump all over the place. Does that mean that that's the only thing you should be focused on? Absolutely not. Because guess what? I've had people buy and lock in at the peak of the market in terms of rates. When rates were like 6.875, they said, you know what, I want this home. I'm going to take it. I can afford the payment at that interest rate. Bottom line, that's what's important, okay? Guideline changes. Well, here's the point. I've been saying this now for several months, and most of you have been so bent on getting those stated programs. Well, guess what? I'm sorry. It's stated it's going away, and it has to go away. In this market, we can't afford to justify any more of the kind of crap that we've seen over the past few years. If you can't show me what you're making, you're not making it. If you can't show me what you have, you don't have it, right? Come on. If you can put it on paper and I can make sense of it, guess what? I'm going to find you a loan. Even if you don't have the best credit, I'm still going to find you a loan. And no, you're not going to get charged 3, 4, 5 points. It's what's in market. I do my job because I care about my clients' long-term interests, especially when it comes to something as big as a mortgage. All right. Well, we had a mega alert this morning. Fannie Mae is going to be halting foreclosures and eviction proceedings on a large number of their properties. Actually, let's just say all of them. Well, let's just take a kind of a funny round number. Let's say that we have 2,000 properties listed in San Diego right now, okay? And let's say that a third of those, all right? So out of 2,000, we've got about a third of those, so maybe about 600, 700 properties that are now going to be Fannie Mae serviced and coming off the market. Well, guess what? We've just killed a third of the supply that has been on the market that is allowed to kind of allow prices to kind of stay where they're at, a little bit on the lower side. But guess what? Everybody's been saying it. The buzz is it's inching upwards. And when you cut out a third of the market, guess what it's going to do? It's going to start to foot its way upwards, not inch it. But are we going to see the madness of maybe about 5 years ago, 20% overnight? No, absolutely not. That's just ridiculous. That's why the loan restrictions are in place. That's why loans have become tougher. So we can really weed out well-qualified versus marginally qualified and unqualified buyers. We want to make sure that as our market expands over the next 10 years, that we do it the right way. We put people that are financially solvent or economically viable into a home and plan for the long term, including the appreciation that a homeowner deserves. That way we don't see the 40 to 50 to 60% equity fallouts that we've seen in the past year. Okay? So what does that mean? It means that if you're not getting your buyers motivated and they don't get the point, well, then maybe you need to take that article and shove it in their face and make them understand, guess what? Rates are still low enough where affordability is still good. So get off the fence or get off the high horse that you're riding that says that you can get a perfect deal, a perfect home, pay nobody for it, and get away and live off happily ever after. It's not going to happen. Sorry. You've got to make sure that you've got all your professionals aligned and you move forward from there. We've seen it, right, as real estate professionals. We've seen the shrinking of the herd. We've seen title companies go away overnight. We've seen escrow companies go away overnight. We've seen agents hang up their hats overnight. We've seen loan officers give up overnight. But guess what? The professionals that are remaining intend to make themselves successful over the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. So let's be a part of that. Get our people motivated. Get them to buy. Get our numbers up. We're going to make this winter an incredible knockout. I can see and already feel it with what's going on in the office I work in and with the agents I work with outside of it, many different offices throughout San Diego County. All right, Samuel Lee again, Metro Cities Mortgage. You guys know where to find me, right? If not, 858-227-4872, 858-227-4872, or email me, samuel@metrocitiesmtg.com. That's samuel@metrocitiesmtg.com. And one last thing, if you're working this weekend, you know I'm working this weekend too. Have a great one. Bye.